at your work, you get enough business conversation, on the Zooms that you do. Tonight, we get to talk about you. That's it. How can you become a better version of you? Gosh, I believe that's why we're kind of all here, right? Is just to figure out as we go through this thing, this beautiful gift. You guys, by the way, this is a gift, just so y'all know. So I know sometimes it's a gift where you get it and you kind of look at it and go, God, why'd you buy me this? Like, I don't even want one of these things. Did you keep the receipt? And we want to take it back, right? Sometimes it's one of those gifts. But it truly is a gift. And so this is a call I've been doing for a couple of years, you guys. And it's a call where I want to have a community that is very purposeful, very intentful, and wants to discover maybe something new. And a lot of things that I talk about are stuff that you guys all know. In fact, every single thing that I'm going to mention, everything I've talked about in the last 2 years, for those who've been with me for a long, long time, you guys, this is stuff you already know. Everything. You're like, oh God, I've heard that before. Oh, I've said that before. Oh, I know this. The reason why you know this, because you guys are all masters. You guys are all master teachers and master creators. And the thing that happens along the way as we are in this beautiful space is we forget things. And that's why when we see something, we feel something, go, oh my God, that's right. That's so right. That's all right. Yes, that's what I needed. You know all of this stuff. So welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's great to see everybody. We got some new faces on here. Let's first start off by being very intentional. Every time I do anything, you guys, I want you to write this word down, okay? The word intention. Intention. When you do something, why are you doing it? For example, eating food. Some people eat food like it's the Last Supper. It's like the last thing they're eating, and they just go to town. And it's like, and there's no intention. But when you are intentional, that food takes on a different frequency, takes on a different vibration, and you get a different feeling with it, right? Versus just, hey, I'm just eating because I want to. So everything that I do is very intentional. Like even when I go to sleep, I'm very intentional when I put my head down on the pillow. Well, Tony, what does that mean? Well, I have the intention of sleeping like a baby, waking up feeling 5 years younger, right? That's my intention. I want to sleep so sound, so deep, so beautiful, but I want to wake up with energy and I want to look and feel 5 years younger. This is what I've been saying forever. And it's crazy because at 57 years old, I literally feel like that intention that I've been saying every night, like I actually have reversed time, like I've stopped things from happening, right? So I want you guys to be very intentional this week, and we're gonna have a great topic that we're gonna talk about, but I want you to be very intentional this week in everything that you do. Like when you sit down and eat, like take a moment and be intentional with the food that you're about to eat. Like I always tell my food, thank you, thank you, thank you for getting here. Thank you for the nutrients that are gonna help my body do whatever my body needs to do, right? Whatever my body's needing, I want to take only the nutrients from the good stuff, and whatever doesn't need to get rid of it. Guys, just something like that takes 10 seconds to do, but watch what happens. You'll notice like a different energy and a different movement about you and a different way of being. So be intentional when you have conversations. If you talk with your kids, if you play with your dogs, if you're taking walks, a lot of people take walks, but they got their cell phone in their hand. Are you being really intentional? I don't know. Why are you taking a walk? What is the intention for you to take the walk? Can you unplug from something and be very intentional? I don't know. So this is a word that I've been playing with about the last 2 years very intentionally. And I've watched things in my life shift to where I feel like I'm almost in a living dream. I don't know if anybody can relate to that, but I feel like I'm living in this dream where I'm constantly manipulating in a good way things. And in this beautiful dream, only beautiful things are happening in it. Getting upgraded to first class coming back from Thailand, right? So a lot of people go, oh my God, I'm gonna dread the flight. It's 16 hours and how long's the layover? And oh my, they have all of this stuff happening in their dream, in their reality, right? And for me, I'm very intentional. Like I know that I'm boarding a plane. Like I'm very intentional. I'm going to board the plane. There's not going to be any commotion. It's going to feel great. I'm going to have the perfect seat by the window. I'm going to have somebody sitting next to me that's going to just be a wonderful conversation and will shut up when I want him to, when I want to sleep. Like I just am very like I'm very aware and of everything around me, and I'm manipulating constantly, right? So I want you to write down the word manipulation, and I don't want you to attach a negative frequency to manipulation. Okay, a lot of people feel like when they're manipulating something that it's a bad thing. It's kind of like surrendering to something like that. That's a sign of weakness. No, it's not. So I want you to be very intentional, and I want you to understand manipulating energy, okay, in a good way, right? So when you manipulate things in a good way with the right intention, and I'm very intentional when I travel, I'm very intentional when I eat, I'm very intentional when I work out, I'm very intentional when I work, I'm very intentional when I get on Zooms, because I'm very intentional, right? And in that space, like magic happens. Like I've seen crazy, crazy things. I had a lady yesterday. This is again, very intentional. So I got upgraded to first class coming back from Thailand, which is amazing when you're first class anytime you do anything, but traveling 16 hours, it's even next level. And my wife texted me and said, hey, make sure you go to the Polaris Lounge. I didn't even know what that was. And I went to the regular United Club, right? And when I got there, this lady goes, sir, you shouldn't be here. And I went, okay. She goes, you need to be at the nice place, the Polaris Club. You're first class. You need to be there. And I go, really? I go, okay, where's that? And she goes, here, let me show you. I just came from there. It was like a 15-minute walk, but let me get you started. She literally got up on the counter. She walks out. She walks with me probably 300 yards, just talking over against conversation. You just want to go down this way. You want to go down this way. You got to go into the thing. And they'll welcome you there. This is what happened just because I manipulated things. Okay. So I want you guys to know how much power and control you have in this dream world, this reality world that we live in. Okay. So we want to be intentional. We want to do things with the intention. So whether it be conversations, going to the bathroom, it doesn't matter. Just being intentional. Okay. And see how your life starts to shift. And the other thing is, you guys are all masters at manipulation of energy, whether you believe it or not. So let me give you an example. Some people wake up in a negative state or an energy. Let's forget negative. Let's just say a heavy state. There's something on your mind. There's something that doesn't feel right. You're off, whatever the case may be. That energy, you have an opportunity when you're off to manipulate it, to shift it, to change it, to transform it if you choose. But so many people kind of that is their filter for the rest of the morning. They're just kind of going through the morning. They're kind of moving through something, and it's just it seems like things get compounded and they get worse and worse and worse. Okay, it gets heavier and heavier and heavier. So what you can do is understand that when something happens or you don't feel your best, is what you guys have learned on this Zoom in this call is how we need to stop. We need to stop and take a time out. Okay. So if anything doesn't feel juicy, anything doesn't feel beautiful and lovey and happy or whatever, you need to stop and you need to observe. Be very intentional. You need to observe, okay, why is this happening? Like, why did I wake up and kick my toe and drop my phone and all this stuff? You need to stop. And you guys, you can stop time, believe it or not. You can stop time. Have you ever been immersed in something and time just passes and you have no idea what time it is? And 15 minutes goes by, it turns into an hour. Next thing you know, you're on a Zoom for, 2.5 hours and you go, oh my gosh, where's the time gone? You guys, time doesn't exist unless you're constantly looking at time. So if we know that when something happens that feels heavy, right, we can stop and we can pull one of our resources or one of our tools that we've learned through books that you've read, conventions you've gone to, or the calls you've done with me, or coaching that you've got, and just stop and go, okay, what do I need to do right now? Maybe I need to do nothing. Maybe I just need to just be still for a moment. Maybe I need to take a couple deep breaths. Maybe I need just to check in, put my hand on my heart. Maybe I need to go outside. But what do you need to do right now to manipulate that energy? Shift it into something else. So I know when something's not right. One of the things I do, music has always been my vice, has always been my go-to. Okay. So if I, like this morning, I woke up and I immediately, after being gone for 3 weeks in Thailand, I came back to home and it's 7 o'clock in the morning and I go into my little space where I want to do something and something happened. The next thing you know, I'm like getting into work mode and I started doing work. I'm like, I got to stop this. And I went in and I started playing music. And I just spent the next 30, 40 minutes or so just playing music to recenter myself, to kind of get everything and manipulate my energy. Okay. So shift it to a place that felt comfortable, that brought smile and joy to myself. You guys, we don't have to go through life in a state of flux all the time. We don't have to be always tight and tense all the time. We have to recognize when something's not right and we have to stop and we got to go. If you're on a phone call, that's just terrible. That's heavy. You guys, can you put the person on hold for a second? Manipulate the energy, manipulate it. Be very intentional. Hey, can I put you on hold for a second? Put it on hold for a second. Maybe put the phone down. Nothing's going to happen. But what you're telling yourself is that you're in control. What you're telling yourself and you're telling the universe that all is well, that I don't know what's going on, but I'm going to manipulate this somehow. Okay. And spending a moment or two doing that, it's amazing when you jump back on the phone, how whatever was going on, usually by then has fizzled. Raise your hand if you understand what I'm talking about. Has this ever happened to you? Things might be heavy in the moment, but if you give yourself a break, stop for a second, check in, put a smile on your face, take a deep breath, then the next thing you know, okay, now when you go back to do whatever was hot and bothering you for a moment, it's not so heavy. Okay, it fizzles out. Okay, so today, as I talk about, what we're going to talk about is that manipulation, okay, again, manipulation in a good way, of energy. We're all here to learn to become masters at it. How we can say, I don't want that. I do want that. I need more of that. Give me that. Get rid of that. You guys, this is how we go through our life with the goal of, and for those that have heard my story, when I was 11 years old, I made a decision that I was going to be happy. That's it. I didn't know what happiness was because I grew up in a really troubled childhood, but that one decision that I decided that I was going to have this frequency or this feeling of happiness, you guys, everything I do is in the pursuit of happiness. And if I go do something or somebody asks me to do something or an opportunity shows up and it doesn't just make all my senses tingle, you guys, I don't do it. Because it just feels, it's got to make me feel, oh my God, yeah, I want to do that. In that state of happiness, magic can happen. Okay. So we're going to talk about manipulating things today. And what I've noticed that the more that I am aware of how I'm feeling, the more I can have fun with manipulation. Okay. So for example, I know that traveling for most people is a pain in the butt. Oh my God, there's traffic and I got to check my bags and I got this, and all this stuff. So if I'm very intentional, I can literally put myself in a state of happiness, of organization, of joy, of excitement. And in that frequency, if I'm tuned into that frequency, then what will happen is things will come into my world or my reality or my space or my environment that are in that same type of frequency. So that's why this lady, she just had walked, somebody else had just gone through, and I came in and I had a smile on my face and I had my bag on my shoulder, two bags actually. And I walked up and I flipped out my thing, oh, here you go. And she's like, ah. And just instantly she shifted into this, I want to help this person, right? So I want you to get good about the idea of manipulating your energy. So in other words, making sure that you're good. So whatever you have to do to make sure that you're good, do. If you have to separate yourself from work, from family, whatever, you guys make yourself a priority. It is very, very important. In fact, the most important thing that you can do is be selfish. And I don't mean selfish the way the public and humanity views selfish. is, oh my God, you're being selfish. Well, okay. I'm not saying disregard for everything. I'm saying be selfish. Make sure that you are good. Okay. Make sure you're taking the time out to make sure that you're good. Because when you are good, everything around you becomes a mirror and a reflection of your energy. Everything. Okay. That lady, maybe two people ahead of me, probably had somebody that was rude, crude, or whatever. I don't know. And then she sees me, she feels my energy, and all of a sudden she tunes into that, maybe because that's the way that she is. And her and I had this connection. Next thing you know, she's walking me, to my location. Right. She didn't have to tell me, hey, you shouldn't be here, Tony. The United Club is beautiful. She goes, you need to go to this other one. They have showers there. They've got this. The food is better. I mean, she didn't have to do that. But it's because I am very intentional and I manipulate my energy. Okay. Not other people's, but when I manipulate mine, everything around me shifts, you guys. Everything. Imagine having a conversation with a loved one or a child or whatever, and your energy is shifted in a negative state. Watch what happens. Watch how long your conversation is, how negative it is, or how heavy it feels. But what if you said, and you were very intentional, look, I'm going to have a talk with my daughter, and I'm going to be very intentional. I'm going to be very short. I'm going to listen to her. I'm going to put love in my heart, a smile on my face, and we're just going to deal with this. You guys, when you do something like that, it is crazy what happens as far as from a communication standpoint. Okay. Everything around you is a reflection of you and your energy at that moment. And it's crazy. It's crazy. I have gone both ways. I have woke up and I said, okay, today I'm going to be a jerk. Okay. I'm going to figure out what that feels like, but I'm not going to be the best version of myself. And it's crazy what happens to me when I'm in that stage, you guys. Oh my gosh. I go turn my Jeep on and my Jeep's right on E, like literally on E, right? And now I'm stressed out going all the way to the gas station. Then I get to the gas station and three of the pumps have these little yellow baggies on them and they're broken, right? So this is what happens when you're in that frequency, right? And it's just one thing after another, one thing after another, one thing after another. So if we know that can happen in a negative state or a heavy state, we also know that it can happen in a positive state. We know this, you guys. I've played with this. I coach people on this. I manipulate this all the time just to show people. I could have walked into that lady at the United Club and go, hey, here you go. Had a frown on my face, blah, 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 blah. And she would never have gone the extra mile to say, Tony, you shouldn't even be here. You should go to the other place. You guys follow? And life is so simple. We make it difficult. We make it difficult because of past references, because of past traumas, because of past conversations, because of what your friends are saying about you, because of what you're fearful of. You guys, we have to stop that. And those things are going to still be present in your life. Those negative people are still going to be present. By the way, no one's negative in my life. Take a guess why no one's negative in my life. Take a guess. Anybody put it in the feed. Why do you guys think no one is negative in my life? Just take a guess. I'm curious to see. This is actually a rhetorical question, but I'm going to ask it anyway, see if anybody's paying attention. Why do you guys feel that I don't have negativity in I don't have negative people? I pulled the weeds, Jamie. Very good. I pulled a lot of weeds in my day to get rid of all of them. Yes. I don't allow it. My frequency won't allow it. Bingo, you guys. Keep going. You don't attract it. So, yeah. Because you like the lemons. Yes. You don't keep them around. Yes. They don't even like me. You guys, negativity doesn't even like me. Like it's kind of like the negative and the positive of a magnet. It's kind of they can't never touch. Guys, if I'm positive and I'm manipulating everything to make sure that everything around me, starting with me, is positive, me first, me, okay? Everything else shifts. Everything. Okay? So you have to be selfish. You have to make sure that you're good. And if you're not, you guys, it's okay to stop. It's okay to put the phone down. It's okay to say, hey, buddy, can I call you back? I got to take this call. Hey, can I call you back? I got to take this real quick. I got to deal with something real quick, but I'll call you back. It's okay to do that. Do whatever you need to do. Manipulate your energy, shift it. Get it, get your vibe high, put some music on, take your shoes off, go outside, play with your dog, play music, read a book. I don't care. When you're ready, jump back in. And it's crazy, you guys. I've had conversations on a phone that were just ridiculous. I'm like, okay, let it all out. Whatever you're doing, let it out. Hey, can I call you right back in a second? I got to handle something real quick, but yeah, we'll talk about it. I'll call back in 10 minutes and the situation is resolved. It's done. That person figured it out. They found the solution. Okay. So in the moment, things when they're heavy, you're learning something about you. You don't have to be a battering ram. You don't have to take the punches. You don't have to. You're in complete control over whatever's happening to you. And it's something that when it's happening, you have to take a look at and go, okay, how can I manipulate this? How can I shift this? What do I got to do? Because that person, all right, write this down, you guys. This is huge. Every person in your life is a teacher. Every single person. And I see all of you as teachers. This lady at the United Club, I saw her as a teacher because what she did is she showed me something that I teach. She showed me that by my frequency, she taught me what happens. She showed me what happens when I'm in the up-leveled frequency. She showed me, she taught me that because she went in the extra mile and helped me get to the next destination I was supposed to be at. So she was a teacher. She showed me something that I was learning, that I know. Okay. So you guys, it's okay. Time doesn't exist. So if you're late 1 minute on the Zoom, it's okay. All is well. You show me anybody besides this group. By the way, this group is probably the only group in history, in Zoom history, that freaking shows up before 8 o'clock Central Time. So, which is great, but it's because you guys are in the frequency. I'm early. So therefore, you guys are early, unless you're, back-to-back Zooms and stuff like that. So you guys, I understand. I get you. Okay. We're manipulating this energy together to feel a certain way to get something. Not in a bad way because I'm selfish. No, just because I want to learn. Everybody around you is a teacher. Your kids are teachers. Your dogs are teachers. Your plants are teachers. Your house is a teacher. Like everything around you, if you see it as a teacher, things take on a whole different frequency, you guys. You know that nagging person that keeps nagging at you? Oh my God, why are you doing one of those things? Oh my God. Like that is a teacher for you, like a true master, like a freaking Jedi. That person that's in you, that thorn in your little side, all right, is a true master for you. And you should just put a smile on your face and go, yes, master, keep teaching me something I've got to work through. Keep teaching me, keep showing me. Because if you don't learn from that master, there'll be 20 other masters right behind that one until you freaking can figure out how to manipulate what is going on, what is happening. And once you do, it doesn't show up again. Like negative people do not show up in my life because I've had so many freaking negative people over the years that the universe threw at me to teach me how to manipulate and move through it. And they don't even show up anymore. They go play with everybody else. They don't play with me because I proved that I can handle it, that I'm capable of it. Okay. So if you have that little stinger, if you have that little killer bee around you, you got to figure out for you how, with love in your heart and the right intention, and knowing that that master teacher is there to show you something about you. And when you get it, they go, they're gone. They're dust in the wind, y'all. And then another one will show up that's maybe a little bit less abrasive until you deal with it, you manipulate it, you are grateful for that teacher. I'm so grateful for all my teachers, all of them, because they allowed me to become a better version of myself, which I continue to do every single day to get better and better and better and better every single day. Okay. So you want to manipulate to fit your frequency. Okay. So here's what I want you guys to do when you wake up in the morning tomorrow morning. I want you to wake up in the morning and ask yourself this question: what frequency do I want to be in today? And for some of you, put your hand on your heart, okay? Don't go like this. Don't go, oh my gosh, what frequency do I want to be in today? Because your head's going to play all kinds of wonderful games for you. Okay. So if you have to wake up in the morning while you're laying in bed, as I wake up every morning, I'm grateful for my wife. I'm grateful for my dogs. I'm grateful for this warm house, this beautiful bed. I'm grateful that I'm looking outside and I can see the forest out of my house. I'm grateful for all that. But then I always ask myself, what frequency do I want to be today? And it's always usually something massive. Never once have I been asked that question. I've asked that question, and it's like, today you get to be worthless. So go get it, T. Go get it, T. Go be worthless today. It's not going to happen like that. Okay. So what frequency do I want to be in today? Put a smile on your face, smile on the face, smile on the face, and just sit for a moment, stop time, feel it. And then when you're ready, be it. That's it. And as you move throughout the day, if gratitude, thank you, Dusty. If gratitude is your word for the day, then just be grateful for everything. Hey, how many times can you say the word grateful? I'm so grateful for you. Thanks for helping me. I'm so grateful for the gas I put in my car. I'm so grateful for the food I just ate. I'm so grateful I have great friends. I'm so grateful I just took a breath of air. I'm so grateful I went to, they had a number 2 today. Like, I don't know. Okay. I don't care. Just be it, you guys, and watch what happens in your life. The more you do this every day, compounded interest every day, getting better and better and better. But we got to know what game we're playing. And I know the game I'm playing is I'm manipulating energy to make sure that my world is good. And the only way that it's good is that what? I am good. And it's not a freaking selfish thing, you guys. It's the right thing. It's the only thing. And whatever you believe, God, source, light, doesn't matter. Like the best thing you can be is honor you at the highest and deepest level. Make sure that your health is good. Make sure that your energy is good. Make sure you're doing the right thing. And if you're not, you got to stop. You got to stop. Take a breath. What do I got to do? What frequency do I want to be in? I definitely don't want to be in that. What do I got to be in? What do I got to do? And you will know what to do. You'll say, hey, I got to call you later. Hey, I got to go. Hey, I need a 10-minute break. Hey, I got to go to the music store. Hey, you'll know what to do. Okay. And then you got to honor it. Okay. So that's my thing for you guys today is number 1, be intentional. Like make everything that you do, everything you're about, be intentional. Watch how much better the food tastes when you're intentional with the food. Watch how much more energy you have throughout the day when you're intentional with the food that you eat versus just plowing. Oh my God, it's lunchtime. I'm done. Right? You're in and out in 5 minutes. Like you guys, it's really interesting how humanity has gotten. Everything's got to be so freaking fast and everything's this and like it doesn't have to be that way. And I believe a big lesson through COVID was it allowed all of us to find out what's important. And what's important is I got to make sure that I'm good. Like I got to make sure that my health is good. I got to make sure that my environment that I'm living in, everything around me, like I got to make sure this is good. I don't know what's going on in the world out there. I don't know, but like just in my little world, my little bubble, I got to make sure that I'm good. You guys follow me? You guys picking up what I'm throwing down? Because that's the truth. Because the better you are, the better everything will shift into that space. And I want you to have this life of abundance. And it doesn't have to be money. I'm talking abundance in relationships, abundance in career, abundance in your bank account, abundance in your health, abundance in everything. Like you all deserve it. Quit listening to the negative people in your life. They're in a weird frequency and they're all masters. They're all teaching you something. You just stop. You take a breath and you go, okay, what do I need to experience right now? What do I need to learn right now? How am I going to manipulate this and move through this with love, grace, peace, joy, and all that, and my strength, confidence? How am I going to do that? And if you don't know the answer right then, just stop. Maybe you do nothing for a moment or 2 or 3. Okay? And whatever that is that's over there, that heaviness, it goes away. It's all temporary. It's to show you something, to teach you something, and then allow you an opportunity to figure out how to manipulate it and move through it the next time it happens. You know, again, I found out so many times by just taking a break from whatever that is, a thought. Some of you guys have crazy thoughts of fear, of this. Just Yeah, I don't want to call anybody. I don't want them to blah 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 blah. It's like what they're gonna say. He makes enough money and all this stuff that's going on. Just stop for a second. Put the phone down and go, hey, master teacher, master phone teacher, what do I need to experience right now? Like, what are you teaching me right now? And just sit with it for a moment and see what happens. Okay. So your homework is to be intentional, manipulate energy, your energy. Wake up in the morning tomorrow, not just tomorrow, but every morning with a word. And we've done this exercise many times. Pick a word. Hey, how do I want to show up today? What's my frequency I want to be today? And just let that one word be your coach for the day. Let it be your teacher for the day. And see how many times you can go over the top. And it might seem crazy because it's like, oh my God, how many more times can I say the word grateful? I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful. I don't know, 1,000, 10,000 times? I don't know. Train yourself. You know, we do more to train a dog to go outside than we do to train ourselves and not pee in the house, right? We do. It's like, oh my God, he's looking at the window, and we drop everything and we take the dog outside. Like, we do more to do something like that than to train ourselves, right? To do the things that are so simple. Guys, life is simple. We make it difficult because we listen to all the stuff and we play tapes of movies that we don't even like to watch, but we keep playing them for whatever reason. And by the way, it already happened, so quit playing the movie. Like, my wife makes fun of me because I forget things, not because I have, Alzheimer's or dementia or I'm getting old or whatever. No, it's because I'm so in the moment of right now of what I'm feeling, what I'm experiencing, like what I did this morning, what I ate, like 10 minutes, like I have no energy into it. I've manipulated it out of my life because I'm only focused on right now. And what's important right now is this moment right here with you guys. This is all that matters. Like, time has literally stopped in the last 34 minutes of us being together. So intentional, manipulate in a good way. Make sure that your frequency is set in the morning. Set it, right? Anybody feeling that tomorrow is going to be an amazing day? Put it in the chat. I'm just curious. How many of you feel like tomorrow, like you've got this? Like tomorrow you're going to wake up with the right intention and you're going to manipulate something into something beautiful, whatever that is. Okay? And when we come back next Tuesday, we'll open up for a little bit and talk about how you noticed your week. Okay? You can't just do it on Wednesday morning, you guys. Like, this is not a part-time gig right now. Beautiful, fabulous, freaking, absolutely. You guys, this is not a part-time gig, this life. This is a full-time, show that you're doing right now. It's not a dress rehearsal. Oh, the big thing's coming. No, the big thing is happening right at this freaking moment right now. Like, this is as big as it gets right now. That's it. Not tomorrow, not down the road, not my 10-year plan. No, right now is as big as it gets. Okay? And tomorrow you get to be born again into something fresh and new, whatever you decide. Whatever you decide. Yeah, the news will come, but if you're coming from a place of gratitude, be grateful for the news. There's people out there that have never even heard news or, would like to hear some news. So be grateful for it. It doesn't have to affect you. Oh my God, you hear about the bus that went off the bridge in New York City and killed all those, those people? Yeah, it's like, oh, it's terrible. Be grateful. Just, it is what it is. And, just find a way to manipulate the feelings, the heaviness through everything. Okay. So when you choose your word tomorrow, like, honor it at the highest and the deepest level. Okay. So that's my homework for you guys this week. We're going to be intentional and we're going to manipulate our energy to something delicious, something divine, something powerful, something massive, something huge, something loving, something, I need more words, awesome, something epic. Like, tomorrow is going to be the day that you decide how it's going to play out, because you are a master creator. I will say this over and over again. When you know that you are a creator of everything around you, look at your house right now. Every single thing in your house, you created, you brought into existence. You saw it, you wanted it, you craved it, you brought the colors of your house, everything. Everything that you have You guys are creating that. And you can modify everything in your house right now. If you wanted to, when I get off this phone or the Zoom, clear out your entire kitchen, you could do that because you're a master creator. You can manipulate anything you want in your life. No one is going to stop you. And when you know you have that power, oh my gosh, where else can you create something massive? Where else can you have something so beautiful show up in your life? But you got to be tuned into that frequency. And that frequency is set by you every single morning. And it's also set by you before you go to bed at night. Tonight, I set my frequency. I go, Tony, when you, my wife laughs because literally when I turn over on my side, I'm out like in 15 seconds. I'm talking out because I'm so conditioned. But I always say to myself, Tony, when you sleep tonight, when you close your eyes, you're going to sleep like a baby. You're going to be more peaceful, more soundful than you've ever slept. And when you wake up tomorrow, you can look and you feel 5 years younger. You're going to be amazing tomorrow. Those are the beautiful thoughts I have when I sleep, and I'll be darned. I almost can sleep standing up. And when I wake up in the morning, I wake up with energy and purpose, and I do the same thing all over again. Thank you for my wife. Thank you for my dogs. Oh, I'm so great. Look at the beautiful, the heat, the bed, the breath, everything. And oh, by the way, this is the frequency I'm going to be in today. This one right here. I'm going to be in the frequency of love. And everything I do is going to be loving. Sorry, world. That's the way it's going to be because I control it. Okay. All right. Know that you guys are loved. Know that I honor all of you. And I am so excited that you've taken time out of your busy, busy lives after 20 Zooms today and running around and doing errands and doing all this stuff. I'm so honored that you guys still showed up to be here to, have me kind of just, do my thing. Okay. So, anybody have any, I'm going to stop the recording real quick. Hold on.